Welcome to the most stupendous WrestleMania 38 predictions video. My name is JC. We have Mr. Eric Lima here, and we also have Jordan, aka JMan's Legit, on the panel tonight. Gentlemen, how you doing?
Doing very good, man. Doing very good.
I've had worse.
Touche. Okay.
Anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm good. It's great to be here.
All right, guys. So, are you guys excited for WrestleMania this coming Saturday and Sunday?
I'm pretty excited about that and Stand and Deliver. I just can't wait to watch these shows, man. It's going to be really cool.
I'm not really excited for the whole thing entirely. I mean, the only thing I'm, interested in is AJ Styles versus Edge. Now, I don't know what's going to be happening with Seth Rollins for whatever opponent he may have. But then again, we all know who he could be facing. But then again, it couldn't be who we think it is. But you never know with this freaking company. But I have made it
happen in the WWE.
Yeah, well, that saying has been, misused too much. But anyway, I want to make this abundantly clear that I have made a deal with myself and myself alone that if Brock Lesnar, by somehow, some way, for whatever retarded reason, if he unifies those two belts, that's it. I'm done. Okay, there is no if or buts about it, because I've already ranted about Brock Lesnar for too long, for the last 2.5 years, since the beginning of the show that I founded with Brandon Martin, Rant and Rave podcast, and I don't want to lose any more brain cells or whatever hair I'll have left, once I reach my 60s, and hopefully I don't die of a heart attack. So yeah, I won't be reviewing the WWE product if that happens anymore. But if it doesn't, then only something will happen, and I hope they don't retire the WWE Championship, because that championship is too prestigious to be retired.
I think what they're gonna do is I think they're gonna come out with another belt, and it's gonna kind of like what they did after Triple H won it at WrestleMania 18, where they came out with one belt and it was the Undisputed. I think that's probably what they're gonna wind up doing, because I can't see them walking around with these big two colossal ass belts. I can't see it happening.
But the last time they did do this, they had to use two world titles anyway.
Yeah, true.
So what would be the point if they were going to still do another brand extension? Besides, they can't keep this brand extension up for long because they hardly have anybody on either roster.
Exactly. I have a feeling, some way, shape, or form, this match is going to be a no contest.
If it's a no contest, then I don't understand what would be the point of me still watching if they were going to just tease that and not let it be. Like, okay, what about disqualification for one guy win, but the titles aren't getting unified? That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, or they could just beat the hell out of each other to the point where they can't either one of them could stand.
That would be lazy, I mean,
it would be lazy booking. Yeah, it would be.
I mean, but I'm just gonna we'll just talk about that later on. I'm sorry if I'm getting us to head off track, but
no, you're all set. You're all right. So,
but I just wanted to let that out real quick, that if the roid raging retard Brock Lesnar somehow wins the Universal Championship, that's it. I'm done reviewing the product. Other people can do it. I'd be done with it.
I hear you on that. So we have 2 nights we're going to be predicting in this video tonight, guys. We have night 1 and night 2. Both have 7 matches apiece. So we're going to try to stay on course and try to deliver the best predictions video possible. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into night 1. And these matches aren't going to be in any actual physical order as to how they're going to air on the pay-per-view. This is just how they were listed on Wikipedia, so just keep that in mind. So the first match on night 1 is going to be as we think is going to be the WWE Raw Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch defending against Bianca Belair. This I'm actually kind of interested for, because this match is getting a little bit more momentum towards Becky going psycho last night after Bianca like somewhat cut her hair. Um, I don't think that was scripted. That the reaction, I don't think she was necessarily supposed to cut her hair because I don't think anyone would be comfortable with the whole cutting the hair story angle. So
Unless you're getting paid enough.
unless you're getting paid enough, but I think I let's just put it this way: Becky is not that great of an actress, and the fact that she looked like she was legit heated last night. Um, this match can go either way for me because I like both of them. Part of me wants to see Bianca get that revenge on her because she's been getting the short end of the stick when it comes to the matches with Becky. Becky has been finding ways to weasel her way out, and I think now that, not to take anything away from Sasha Banks in the match that they had last year, because that match last year was great. I think if Bianca could knock off Becky tonight, then that would solidify her as being the champ. Not only being that she's taking the title, but because Becky never had to relinquish the title because she was pregnant. She never physically got defeated for it. And I think that's what Becky was trying to get at through this whole angle. So I'm looking forward to a great match. I do want to see Becky pick up the win for this match. No, I mean Bianca. I'm sorry, Bianca.
Botchamania. Hey, well, I think you got distracted because Amanda's in the chat.
No, I actually just switched over to the chat. Sorry. My bad. What up, Miguel? We got Killer Demon and we got Amanda up in the chat. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Stupendous WrestleMania 38 predictions.
I think when you saw Amanda, your nipples hardened, Joe.
No, something else hardened, but that's okay. We'll get into that another time.
I wasn't gonna go that far because
I'm always willing to go that far.
Well, the thing is, I wasn't gonna go that far because I don't swing that way, like, you know.
So, what are your guys' predictions on this match?
Look at there, monkey see, monkey do. That's with her, what she's doing there.
Yep.
Anyway, what do I think's gonna happen? Well, first of all, I want to say I know what the main event of night one's going to be. Obviously, it's obviously going to be like, you know, the SmackDown Women's Championship, but we won't get to there just yet. Second of all, who I think's going to win? I think Becky Lynch is going to win because there's a reason why, you know, why I say that, and we'll get to that, you know, soon, but not right now. But Eric, who do you think's going to win?
Oh, this is going to be a tough call for me to predict this because both. I mean, and what happened last night on WrestleMania Raw, that is gotten a little bit more personal. I wouldn't be surprised if they put some stipulation besides the Women's Championship on the line. But I'm going to go with Bianca on this one. I like Becky, but Bianca has been trying to, like Joe said, she's got the short end of the stick, and I think Bianca Belair will be the new Raw Women's Champ. So,
all right. That's good. So that's 2 for Bianca. So could we make it 3 for 3?
Jordan already said his.
Oh,
I already said mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She said
all over the place.
He said Lynch.
Oh, 2 for 1. 2 against 1. Alrighty.
The thing is, it's always been 1 versus all for me. So Roman didn't need that catchphrase. I mean, I feel like I love it.
Okay. So match 2 on night 1. Again, this is in no actual physical order. Is the Mysterios versus the Miz and Logan Paul. Now, this match I was looking forward to until they announced Logan Paul as Miz's tag team partner. I don't really care for Logan Paul. I think the only reason why they're utilizing Logan Paul is because his brother is killing it, so to speak, in boxing. Even though I don't think he's gotten any actual real wins. But I think that's the only reason why they keep going back with Logan Paul is because they want to try to capitalize on the momentum that his brother's gaining. And also on top of that, he's a social media like fucking grand wizard, I guess, on YouTube and Facebook and all that crap. Um, I'm really interested in seeing what Dominic can do on this grand scale. I know he's been killing it in the ring, doing really good. As well as Rey Mysterio. You know, what can you say negative about Rey Mysterio? I mean, the guy's a workhorse. He's a legend. He's a goat. Um, I I want to say Dominic and Mysterio for the win, only because I don't really, as much as I love the Miz, he's one of my faves. I just don't like this whole angle that they're doing with Logan Paul and taking the mask and all that stuff. That's something I don't like because that's basically like disrespecting a whole, not just Ray's heritage but a whole culture. Um, those masks around the world have so much legacy, so much heritage, and the lucha libre style wrestling, and that's something that you don't mess with. That's like basically like stepping on a flag to that's like stepping and desecrating a flag with a mask. You know what I mean? If you can kind of understand the get the aspect of that.
Mm-hmm.
So Ray and Dominic for the win.
I'm going with that too because I mean, like, I'm getting sick and tired of the celebrities just taking the spotlight from younger stars. I mean, no offense to the Miz, but
Well, the thing about the whole celebrity thing is that I don't mind if celebrities want to come in and they want to be a part of like a SummerSlam or WrestleMania. That I don't really mind.
if
If
they
they're
want
gonna
to if they
take
want to
it,
help promote or hype the stuff, that's fine. Just stay out of the ring, you know.
I don't agree with, and the only reason why I say I don't agree with that is because through WrestleMania history, there has been celebrities and other sports figures getting in and getting in the ring, especially when it comes to WrestleMania, just WrestleMania alone. But what I do like is when you have a celebrity that comes in, whether it's a musician, it's a actor slash actress, or another sports personality or figure. I don't mind if they're going to come in as long as they're going to keep it, you know, at least get in there, train for the match, learn some moves, learn how to take some bumps, make it look genuine. Then I wouldn't mind. But when you have someone like Logan Paul, who's greener than freaking green on the mic and in the ring, I don't like that. I was cool with it with Stephen Amell when he had that match with Stardust at SummerSlam. I was cool with that because Stephen Amell loves wrestling. He took the time to learn and train and do all that. Plus, on top of that, he's Arrow, so he has that training anyway, and he takes all his own stunt, does a lot of his own stunts. Even when Bad Bunny came into the WWE last year for Mania, and he had that match with Damian Priest. Again, someone who took it seriously, who went out there, took the time to train, took the time to learn how to do the maneuvers and execute them. Were they a little off? Yes, but they still look good regardless. That's another reason why I'm kind of looking forward to the Pat McAfee match, but we'll talk about that later. But like I said, if they're willing to do the work and train for the match, I have no problem with it. But again, it's WrestleMania, so they need that celebrity aspect because there's always going to be that celebrity uh, aspect part of it because it's like the biggest sports event of the year. But
Well,
that's just my take on it. But
and the thing is, and I got no problem with that. My problem with this is the fact that sure you can have celebrities, be there for the pay per view and all that, or just for the event because I don't know if they call it pay per view anymore, but just to hype up the event.
Premium event.
Whatever. But the point I'm trying to get at is, I just think when it comes down to this thing, when they are being booked in a match, it's like as if they're not even trying to do anything with any of their members of the roster. They just want to, like, like say, oh, this guy can wrestle, this guy can wrestle. I mean, yeah, you can get them trained. I got no problem with them being trained. But when they're taking the spots of other talent that pretty much deserve it, kind of like, what Brock Lesnar's done for the last decade, I have a problem with that. And nothing against you or other people that agree with your perspective. I just think it just makes me sick that other talent in the back who's full time gets squandered while the celebrities get more television and match time at a big event like this than anything else. It's
I can see
ridiculous to me.
that. I can see
It's
where
just
you're coming from on that.
it's ridiculous to me. I don't expect everyone to agree with my opinion, and I don't. And you know what? Here's the thing: I'm not going to bash you for having your own perspective. I mean, if
And I
anybody
wouldn't do
ever
that to
thinks
you.
that, if anybody ever thinks that, then you guys need to work on your social skills.
All righty. So, Eric, what is your prediction for
My
this
prediction
match?
for this matchup. You got the Miz, who looks like the love child of Fire Marshal Bill and the whammy from Press Your Luck, dressed in red last night. And you got Logan Paul, who looks like Bryce Harper on crack. Okay, that's like he's so
And a
dorky.
Rey Mysterio toy mask.
and Rey Mysterio from Wish. That's what Logan Paul is. I have a lot of respect for the Mysterios, especially Rey and Dominic. When Dominic came in, the kid grew up in the business, and just he was involved in a huge storyline between Rey and late great Eddie Guerrero. God rest his soul. I'm sure he learned a lot from them. I'm giving the Mysterios the W in this one because they have more experience than the Miz and Logan Paul. And those two and the Miz and Logan Paul, those two clowns, they don't have the edge experience because they beat up on the Miz last night and Logan Paul did nothing.
Exactly. He was
What does that tell you? Yeah, we got the love child, Fire Marshal Bill, and the whammy from Pressure Luck in the Miz, and you got Logan Paul, Bryce Harper on crack. Need I say more? Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio get the dub on this one. That's
all right. Awesome. I will say one thing. I really liked Rey Mysterio's mask he came to the ring with, the Batman mask. I really thought that was kind of cool. It was like a Batman themed mask. I thought that was pretty cool.
Rey Mysterio has so many cool masks. It's not even funny.
Remember when he came out as the Joker?
Yeah,
that one year.
That was
JBL.
Yeah, but before that there was Daredevil at WrestleMania 19, his first WrestleMania against Matt Hardy.
Then there was the Flash at 20.
Yeah, and then WrestleMania 21. I know that wasn't a superhero one, but it was. I mean, at least that wrestling gear has its has its memory because it was the last time Eddie Guerrero competed at WrestleMania. Unfortunately.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I can't. He didn't come. He didn't have. Then he came out with the Mexican dress.
The headdress, the Aztec
headdress.
Yeah.
When at 22, and I don't know. And I think
when he won the world heavyweight title.
I don't know what he wore at 23. No, 23 was the Joker because that was where he beat GBL.
No. 25. Now as for 20, now 23. Ray wasn't there for 23.
Correct. Yeah, that's
he
right.
was he was still injured, I think.
Yeah. All right. So match number 3 of the night on night 1 is Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin with Madcap Moss.
Wait. What match is this?
This is match 3 on night 1. This is Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. I'm gonna say this. I don't really care for this match. I want to say Drew McIntyre is gonna probably pick up the win, but I wouldn't be disappointed if Happy Corbin won because I like this gimmick of his, the whole Happy Corbin gimmick, the whole. But he hasn't been defeated since he's come back with this gimmick. Happy Corbin. He hasn't.
Okay, let me just say this: this Happy Corbin gimmick, like all the others, I've been shamefully disappointed. Because none of these. I mean, I liked it when he was the lone wolf, and he was badass.
Yeah, I like that too.
He came out with that motorcycle thing, and so what? Dean Ambrose had one himself. I mean, who doesn't have a motorcycle theme? Think about it like this. Remember Diesel and Razor Ramon? They had a car wreck, and then you had the driving of a Diesel. I mean, still, it's the same thing. But as far as I'm concerned, I like Baron Corbin as the lone wolf instead of the Constable or the King or Happy or gay as in Happy. I don't know.
So with this match, like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing either or win. But I have a feeling McIntyre is gonna pick up the win because he's been wanting to get his hands on Corbin for quite a while. So I have to say Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I'm going with Drew McIntyre as well because if anything, just Baron or Happy Corbin or Gay Corbin, whatever you want to call him, I mean, like his momentum and his in everything like is dead. Okay, everything that was made for him to be world champion material, when he was supposed to be back in 2017, it's all shot. It's dead.
Eric.
Well, I'm going through. You're going 3-3 on this one. I'm going with D-Mac on this one, man. Because Slappy Corbin, that's why they call him, or Slap Nuts Corbin. That's what they call him next.
Slap Happy,
Slap Happy, or Slap Nuts Corbin, whatever. Yeah, only he's going to lose. I think I'm Fallout with Madcap Moss is inevitable because the way Madcap Moss was telling the jokes and Happy Corbin's not laughing. I don't know if Corbin was trying to get serious because it's WrestleMania, or whatever. And I think it's going to be a fallout between Corbin and Moss. But that's why I'm going Drew McIntyre. Plus, Corbin stole McIntyre's sword, named after his late mother. You don't do that, man. And Drew McIntyre is going to go full P and V on him.
Oh, is that what the sword is named after? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was his late mother, Angela.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Well, then again, it is kind of cool that you name your sword after your mother.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll name my gun after my mother one day too, if I have one, or my bat.
Old Lisa is going to get you now.
Batter up.
Yeah.
All right, so match 4. Yes, match 4. I had to count.
You had to count? Wow.
Yeah, I had to count. Match 4, night 1 is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. It is going to be the Usos defending against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs.
Boogs, I like him.
Booze? Where's the booze at?
Boogs.
Oh, boobs. Oh, I know you both have them, but I don't.
So, as you guys know, who I want to see win, because I'm wearing the hat, I'm wearing the shirt. I want to see my boys, the Usos, retain, continue their long run as SmackDown Tag Team Champions. But I have to say, I'm really liking Shinsuke and Rick Boogs. When I went and saw SmackDown on the 7th, and they came out on January 7th, and they came out, even though that they got jumped, it was like fans are eating this up, these two up. You know what I mean? Like they're really getting behind them and really enjoying them. And I like that they just didn't put Boogs in there with no wrestling experience whatsoever. He actually, I thought he was just a chooch. I didn't really know that he knew how to wrestle. So I like that. I like that he was like a sleeper and he got in the ring and he was able to show that he has some experience in the ring. Also, on top of that, I like the fact that they had him cut the hair and now he kind of looks like a beefy Freddie Mercury. So I kind of like that too. So for me, I still want the Usos to retain the tag team titles. But I won't be disappointed if they drop them to Shinsuke and Boogs.
Yeah, but for me, I want to say that I want to go with the unorthodox. I want to say Shinsuke and Rick Boogs, because what better way to start, Rick Boogs, in a good position, at WrestleMania. True. But then again, I highly doubt it, but I'm just going to simply throw my name in the hat for Nakamura and Boogs.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to say Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. I like Rick Boogs. When he was first on NXT, it's Eric Bugenhagen, and he does
Bugenhagen.
Yeah, that's his real name, Eric Bugenhagen, and that's why Rick
Bugenhagen.
And then Rick Boogs is like the short version of that name. just to let you know. But and he's very,
I thought Boobs would have been better.
yeah. But this guy's got a lot of charisma. I love it. He knows how to shred the guitar. He's got YouTube videos where he's lifting weights and driving his wife and daughter crazy with it, with his craziness of lifting weights and stuff. And I get and Shinsuke Nakamura. Also, they did the Toyota commercials, and you see they had that great.
Oh yeah.
They had great, excellent chemistry. Usos got a lot of respect for them. These guys have been long reign tag team champions for a great long time. Like I said, they had the edge and experience. They may end up winning the matchup, but I'm going to go. I like to see Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs walk out with the belts as well. So I'll go with Nakamura and Boogs as well.
Awesome. Sounds great. Let's see here. So we move into the next match, which is the New Day, King Woods and Kofi Kingston versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland. I'm going with my boys, the New Day, hands down. Next.
Okay, so well, there's nothing on the line except just the basic, I don't like you, you don't like me kind of deal. So I would have to say that since Big E was injured, and I think who was the one that injured him?
Ridge Holland.
Holland did when that suplex.
It could be possible, but I think we could see Sheamus and Ridge Holland take the W, because what better way to end the New Day by destroying them one at a time, even though it wasn't like intentional for what Ridge did, because obviously mistakes happen. You know what I mean?
It wasn't intentional, but this isn't the first time that he's been in the ring and he resulted in someone getting someone across from him got hurt. This is I think the second or third time.
Well, wait. What was the other two times?
No, that's what I was told. I don't remember exactly when, but I was told that he's been in the ring where he's hurt, so that he's hurt somebody, they've broken, dislocated a finger, or because of the way he tossed them and they landed. And I think one of them was a injured shoulder too when they was down in NXT, if I'm not mistaken. It was way in the early days of when he started and down there. I don't remember, because I just recently started watching NXT again when I started the live reactions, and he was already up on the main roster by then.
Well, either way, mistakes happen in the ring. If he's intentionally doing that, then he doesn't need to be wrestling anymore. But if it's just one of those things that happen, and someone didn't hit their mark or their cue right while doing the match, well, then I guess. But if you ask me, what better way to destroy what's left of the New Day for him to quote unquote injure, either Kofi or King Woods, in resulting the New Day to be no more.
True.
So I'd say he'd probably get the win, probably after he quote unquote hurts one of the two. I'd have to go with maybe Kingston, because he doesn't have anything important except for that one time at WrestleMania 35.
Eric?
Well, this is going to be a tough one for me to pick. I love the New Day. When the three of them were together, they had a lot of fun. They're such a fun group. You got same as Ridge Holland, but like I said, the same as Ridge Holland do have the man advantage. You got ringside. You got Butch, aka Pete Dunne, and I think I think he's going to play a part in that matchup. And unless he gets caught, Doomsday wins by disqualification. But Sheamus and Ridge Holland are going to pick up the victory. So I'm going to go with Sheamus and Holland in this one, because they have that main X factor at ringside and Pete Butch Dunne.
All right. So the next one is going to be for the second women's championship match of the weekend, and it is the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte defending the title against Ronda Rousey. I normally don't really care for Charlotte, but I don't think I could sit through watching Ronda walk around with the title again. I know that they brought her back because they were trying to sell tickets. I don't know if Ronda's gonna be back full time, or she's just here just for Mania. Um, if Ronda, the way I look at it is, if Ronda wins the title, I don't see it doing much for her because, yeah, she came back. Ooh, she got a good pop. She got a good ovation. Ooh, but what is it gonna do for her long term? Because you tried it once before, you got booed, you didn't like it, you cried like a bitch, and then you left. I love Ronda. Don't get me wrong. I love her. I loved her in UFC. I hate when she got cracked and she stepped away. But there wasn't much left for her to do there. She was already dominant. She dominated. She left. She got her ass kicked and left, but she left. Now she comes to WWE. She's a hot shot. Fans start to turn on her. She turns heel. Again, this doesn't really establish anything. Loses the title, steps away, then trashes the fans on social media after she leaves, and then comes back, gets a huge pop, but she did nothing in her off time to try to get better in the wrestling ring, in the ring. She still can't cut a promo. My 19-year-old nephew can cut a better promo than Ronda Rousey can. She's still green in the ring because she still does the same stuff over and over again. Punches and one hip toss or judo throw or whatever you want to call it. So I ask again, if Ronda wins this match, because Charlotte's been killing it in the feud, what is it going to do for Ronda's career in its longevity? But then again, Charlotte's already a 13-time women's champion. So if she loses 12-time,
yeah,
okay. So she's a 12-time women's champion. So if she loses to Ronda, all that's going to give her for her career is a potential 13th run, which I'm pretty sure they're going to probably wind up doing that.
Or rather, a potential like 13, then add plus 3 more, or 4 more.
Or does she say, okay, I think I've done all I can here. She's a women's champion. She's a 12-time women's champion. She's won the Royal Rumble. So what else is there for her to do?
Who?
I mean,
Charlotte?
she couldn't win Queen. She couldn't win Queen of the Ring. She couldn't win that. So what else is there really for her else to do?
Who, for Charlotte?
Yeah, for Charlotte. I mean, there's not really much else for her to do. She could maybe this is her swan song. Maybe after this feud with Ronda, she leaves and goes elsewhere to wrestle. I mean, they're gonna welcome.
Well, you know what? You just said something right there. She could go somewhere else to wrestle. There is the off chance that she could go to AEW, but that's only if she thinks about it. But then again, what if the WWE still gives her money and still gives her like 4 more title runs?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could happen. I mean, I'm not saying that it can't. I'm not saying that it won't, but it could happen. Her leaving, because I mean, wherever she goes, she's gonna get the red carpet a treatment because she's a Flair. She's a legacy. Okay, so maybe she'll go to AEW, be with her man Andrade, and she can kill it over there for a couple of years, get a couple of titles ranked up, because I have a feeling, and this is the thing, if she leaves, she's going after Jade Cargill if she goes to AEW, because she's the head of the division over there right now. As bad as a wrestler as Jade is, because she's a fucking botch fest. But again, Charlotte will go after that title. Either that title or the title that Thunder Rosa has. But I see her going for the top of the tier, the top of the mountain.
Well, Jade Cargill. It's not that she's a botch fest. It's just that she's like, she's just gonna be the undefeated, Goldberg, until.
Yeah, until someone goes over there and dethrones her, which will probably wind up being Charlotte if that move happens anytime soon. But I still ask this question: what does this match do for either competitor? Because at the end of the day, if Ronda wins, it's not gonna better her career because she still can't cut a promo, she still can't wrestle. The only thing she's good at is throwing punches and kicks. So it's like I say, I mean, what is it going to do for her? What's it going to do for Charlotte? Longevity wise. I mean, they already did the double the triple threat at WrestleMania 35. Was it?
Sorry, I just thought like the two.
They
Shut
had
up.
a triple threat match at 35 where they had the WWE Women's Raw Championship and SmackDown Championship.
They should have unified them.
So, and Becky won that. So, I mean, again, I mean, there's no real, there's no out for either one of these women. So, I mean, to me, I could care less. I'm just gonna pick Charlotte because I just don't want to see Ronda win the title. So, what are your guys' predictions?
Okay, remember when I said that I would get back to when it came to the opening bout?
Yeah.
Well, this is what I think is going to happen. I think Becky Lynch is going to retain her title, like I said earlier, but we're also going to have Charlotte drop her title to Ronda, and because I think Ronda's going to win, even though as much as I hate saying that, but you know what will happen the next night? What if there's another title match, and we finally unify those belts, and then Ronda can get her win back from Becky?
I could see it happening, but I wouldn't want it to happen. I would much rather have Charlotte drop the title and then Charlotte go after Becky, just to get that 13 time title, that 14, that 13.
Well, then again, how are you going to reunify the belts then? Because they're obviously, if they're going to unify the major titles, like the world titles, like the WWE and Universal Championships, they might as well unify them. That and the SmackDown and Raw tag team titles.
I don't see them unifying any of the other titles because they tried to do it with the women's championship and it didn't really work.
Actually, it did.
They wind up having
you had the Divas title at one time, and everyone was gunning for that. When you were a diva and not a superstar.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that they had Becky take the titles at Mania 35. And then she dropped one of the titles at Money in the Bank 30 at Money in the Bank when she lost it to she lost it to Charlotte. She lost the one title to Charlotte, and then Bayley cashed in on Charlotte and won the women's championship that night at Money in the Bank. So
then again, I could be predicting something that may happen, and it could already be in the works. That's why I just said,
yeah.
That's why I said that, because bottom line is, if you're going to unify two titles, you might as well unify others, but except for the Intercontinental and United States Championships.
Well, see, the thing is that with the women's division, they're capped at what they can do, because if you have one major title, and then you have the SmackDown Women's Tag Team Championships, you don't have anything else for any of the other women, because that's like having Charlotte hold on to the one title and then just constantly her retaining the title. At least with the double championships, you have women on both shows that can go for either title. As to where if you just have the one belt, again, it's the same thing with the unification of the Universal and the WWE Championship. I mean, is it really going to work out in the long run?
All I know is that the brand extension, it's run its course. This brand extension sucks, and AEW's truly the bigger competition.
They have too much. They have too big a roster to be able to have just one main title. That is a big ass back scratcher.
Both brands, when it comes to the men and women, they're all shortened. And it doesn't matter if they put any NXT superstar in the main roster. At the end of the day, I mean, they're going to have to realize that they have competition, and the whole brand extension. Look, Shane McMahon is no longer with the company, so what's the point in having a brand extension? Because that was the whole point when he came back, and now we have AEW who's kicking their butts, pretty much almost every time you turn it on, and that's just it. I think, like if they just, end the brand extension, they'll be doing one of two things. First, they'll probably unify the women's belts before, they do with the world and, universal titles, because at the end of the day, what's the point of a brand extension when you realize your roster's thinning, you're firing too many people, and plus Shane McMahon's gone, so what do you have left? And besides, Paul Levesque, he retired, and we just discussed this not too long ago. So what's the point, like if Stephanie is behind the helm, she needs to have one roster to work with. She can't just work with two rosters and think that it's okay. It's a lot of pressure, even for a woman.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, even if Stephanie's running the show behind the backstage, everything at the end of the day still has to run through Vince and Vince's approval. And they even said it. They've even said it. Wrestlers who have left, I think it was Ambrose who said it best. Who said it is that there's times where they'd have a script for Monday Night Raw, and Vince has scrapped it an hour before Raw goes on the air, and then the writers have to write up a whole new show. So at the end of the day, regardless of who's running what, it's all got to go through Triple H. Triple H. It's also got to go through Vince McMahon's approval.
You just we already know about that because Vince did that, before. Like he was late to appear for Raw, and then he just tore up the entire thing, and then the whole thing had to be.
And he's had a history of still doing it. That's why I say at the end of the day, everything that they do still has to go through Vince's approval. So might wind up with
Vince knows that the brand extension isn't working out as he thought it would. The only thing he could do is move whatever's left of NXT, like 2.0 or Rainbow brand, whatever you want to call it, and put them on both, and put them on the separate brands. Because and on top of that, enough with the dual branded pay-per-views, and go back to when you were when the first brand extension happened, like in 2003 through 2007, with separate pay-per-views, like 1 month for Raw, 1 month for SmackDown, except for the dual branded ones for, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. I would love that. So as far as I'm concerned, like I said earlier, Becky Lynch to retain, Ronda Rousey to win.
Eric.
Okay, this is a tough one for me. I've been listening to you guys, and I gotta say, I respect the talent on any roster, and Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey has been a very heated feud with Charlotte Flair getting the upper hand on a couple of occasions and all. And a lot of people want, you guys want to see Charlotte Flair retain. I'm gonna go with Ronda Rousey to win it, and I think I believe that she'll have a short reign of the championship because there's another factor that could come in, and that is Asuka. We have not heard from her. Where is she going to end up? We don't know. And I've heard, I saw a video where she said she wanted to face Ronda Rousey at one point.
That could be a possibility too.
And then there could be a possibility that Ronda Rousey could drop the title to her. People talk about the Raw after WrestleMania. What if SmackDown after WrestleMania that could bring in ratings, and you can put Asuka in there to challenge Ronda, and I can see an Asuka and Ronda mount Japanese strong style versus Ronda's judo and MMA style. So I'm going to pick Ronda to win this one. So, and she'll probably drop it to Asuka if they go that route.
And let's not forget too, there'll probably be a superstar shakeup at some point after Mania.
Yeah, that could be if the brand essentially still stands after Mania.
Yeah.
And so if that's the case, a superstar shakeup would be, you got it could be debuts, surprises. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen after Stand and Deliver as well. If Tommaso Ciampa's his last, if he's not going to either roster, we get the Fatal 4-Way. This could be Io Shirai's last title shot, and and she may we got the women's tag team titles still to worry about too, and then we see Asuka and Io team up and have like 2/3 of the Triple Tails team reunited.
True.
Yeah, so a lot of factors going in there. So I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey for the victory.
All right. So I have a feeling this is going to be the match to close out the night. I don't know why. I have a feeling Vince has something planned, and it is Seth freaking Rollins versus an opponent to be named at WrestleMania. A lot of speculation is that it is the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. I have a feeling that it's true. I have a feeling that it is Cody, but I don't know how Vince would go about the guy who left the company, who is completely shitted on the company, started up another organization, kicked your ass in the ratings, then left, has no ties to the company to that company anymore, to come back to work to the company he left because it killed his drive for professional wrestling. So a lot of speculation that it's Cody because the fact that he signed with the WWE. Now, if it's not Cody, who else can it really be? Could it be maybe a call up from NXT? Again, who? Because Vince said it on Raw last night that you deserve a main event of your own. So that means to tell me that this match is closing the show. But who's it going to be?
That's an extra interesting question.
It's not. We all know it's not going to be Triple H.
Oh,
obviously,
no. Yeah.
Not after everything that's happened over the last couple of months.
After what he
10
said.
days.
Yeah. What's going on, Nick? Welcome to the show. Or the chat, I should say. But yeah, so it's like, I honestly don't know who. I was gonna say Bobby Lashley, but he's facing Omos.
Yeah.
Then I'm thinking maybe it could possibly be. It's night one, so it's not going to be anyone who's wrestling Saturday afternoon at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah. I was thinking of Ciampa at that point.
I was thinking Ciampa, but he's going to be wrestling. Isn't he wrestling Breaker?
Tony D'Angelo.
Oh, he's wrestling Tony D'Angelo. Mm-hmm. So I'm still trying to think. I mean, it's all right now. All signs are pointing towards Cody.
Yeah.
And I honestly think, like you said earlier, Eric, Cody and Rollins is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
If it happens. If Lesnar expect Jordan to flip his shit. Yeah, we were talking about that a little while ago.
I just brought that up earlier. And it will happen if it does happen. But I'm not going to throw my chair around or throw my pillow for my gaming chair around or
act like David after
No. I'm talking about someone who acted like that over Goldberg, and Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. Yeah, and I'm not. And besides, I'm not going to simp for Brock Lesnar just by doing what he does with the, with that little jumping like a retarded gorilla like he is.
So I mean,
Ooga booga.
It's funny. It's funny because I want to see Rollins win because he's a tremendous athlete. He's a tremendous athlete. But a part of me is like that mystery opponent though. Like, because we all want it to be Cody. And it might end up being Cody, but at the end of the day, if it's not Cody, who else is it going to be? I mean, there's nobody else. It really isn't. I mean, everyone that's signed to an AEW contract is is locked in, and I haven't heard anything about any. The only person that I've heard their contract was being let go, being run out, is Cody's, because his contract has been up for for a couple of months, and Marco Stunt. And you know damn well they're not going to put Marco. Damn well no, they're not going to sign Marco Stunt.
Wait a minute. Marco Stunt's not with the AEW anymore?
No, he hasn't been on TV in months.
Hmm.
I don't even think he's been on Dark or ever since Christian came in and took over with Jurassic Express. Marco Stunt's been nowhere to be found.
Hmm.
I don't. He hasn't
You
reappeared
know
on
what?
Rampage. It hasn't appeared
You
on
make a good
Dark.
point. You make a good point, though.
So it's like I don't see any. I haven't. I heard there's an AEW star that wants to go to WWE. Ex AEW star that wants to come to WWE, but I honestly I see the article and I just think it's clickbait, so I don't click it, so I don't know who it is. But maybe it's talking about Cody.
Hmm.
So I honestly don't know. I mean, we'll have to see who that person is going to be, because it has to be somebody big for for Vince to keep it a secret until Mania. It has to be
It
somebody
ain't
big.
gonna be Shane,
No, it's not going to be Shane.
and it can't be the Undertaker. You mean
And
because
it's yeah.
he can't be him, and it can't be Kane either. It can't be Daniel Bryan. It can't be Dean Ambrose. It can't be anything that we could actually think that it could be, but it can't be.
There's only two people that I could possibly maybe seeing is either John Cena or The Rock. Those are the only two I could possibly be seeing.
I've been thinking of those two gentlemen as well.
Hey Jerry, what's up? So those are
Well,
the only two. So my mind is, my heart wants to be Cody, because I would like to see Cody come back. But what Cody are we gonna get? Are we gonna get Cody from before Stardust, or are we gonna get the AEW Cody Rhodes?
Hmm.
I don't want to see Stardust.
I don't
I
want to
want
see
to see
Stardust either because I
I
think
want to
because I
see the
met
Cody that took grabbed his balls and helped create a wrestling company. That's the Cody I want to see at WrestleMania. I don't want to
well.
see Stardust.
The thing is, I talked to Cody, personally when I first met him at an indie show back in I think it was 2016, I think it was, or 2017. Yeah, it was 2016. Yeah. I he said that he hated the Stardust character, so he wouldn't sign back with the WWE if they were wanting him to be Stardust again. So he's not going to be Stardust.
I hope
So
not.
it's obvious. I think we're going to probably see a hybrid version of him before Stardust and him when he was, before AEW. Like we're just going to see
When
that.
like in the indie scene, like when he was working like Japan and ROH.
Yeah. However,
Okay.
I don't know about that tattoo on his neck. That just really doesn't I mean, like, it doesn't suit him.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean,
So
I wouldn't mind it if it was on his shoulder or something, but but on your neck, I'm like, I mean, your dad didn't have a tattoo, so what's the point in you having one?
well, I mean, I think he got the tattoo because in honor of his father, the
Yeah,
American Dream. I think that's why he got the tattoo that says "Dream" across his heart,
yeah.
because it's
Well,
symbolizing the love that he has for his dad.
no. I'm talking about the one on his neck. I'm not on his chest.
Oh, the American logo. Yeah, I don't know about that. I thought you were talking about the Dream tattoo. My bad.
No, I don't mind the dream tattoo. I mean, got no problem with
um,
that.
but I want Rollins, but I have a feeling that we're gonna wind up seeing somebody big. So this match can go either way for me, to be honest. So, what's your prediction, Jordan?
I'm gonna have to go with whoever Seth Rollins is facing.
Okay. Just a quick heads up in the chat. If you guys want to throw your predictions up in the chat, you're more than welcome to. And we love the interaction with our viewers, so make sure you guys are, you know, dropping your predictions in the chat. Eric?
This is going to be a very interesting match, to say the least, because we don't know who the opponent could be. A lot of people are pointing towards Cody Rhodes, and I think I agree, and I'll tell you why. Because remember, it was a couple WrestleManias. There was supposed to be a three-way ladder match for the Raw Tag Team titles.
Yes.
And the New Day was hosting, and they said there's going to be a fourth team involved. And that's when the
Yeah.
Hardys came back at WrestleMania. So there could be a good possibility that Cody Rhodes could make a comeback at WrestleMania. Also, it could be somebody making his in-ring debut at WrestleMania. Fandango and Jericho. Remember that matchup? Fandango ended up winning that matchup. So
Oh my God. Okay, well, here's the thing, Eric. This match has nothing to do.
I
with
know that.
Fandango.
Let me get to my point. I know that. Let me get to my point.
Somebody's on their period.
Watch it, Jordan. Watch it. You'll make the list, pal. Don't make me do. So, anyways, what I'm trying to say is this: the point I'm trying to make is it could be somebody making an in-ring debut, and I'm thinking that if it is not Cody Rhodes, I'm thinking it could be Gable Steveson. Remember, he signed on with Monday Night Raw.
You know what? I get it now. I understand now that. But the thing is, when it came down to Fandango, he always had those vignettes. You know.
Yeah, it had those vignettes. So, and I'm thinking of Gable Steveson because the fact that Gable Steveson, I think, once tweets is he's going to WrestleMania, but we don't know what for. So I'm thinking if it's not Cody Rhodes, it could end up being Gable Steveson, and Steveson can go and could surprise Rollins. So whoever the mystery opponent is, I'm going to protect the mystery opponent, whether it be Steveson or Rhodes. So that's the major factors because Rollins is on Raw. So and Gable Steveson was drafted to Raw, and he just recently put his sneakers in the middle of the Minnesota wrestling ring there. So that's what I'm thinking.
That would be. I don't know too much about Gable Steveson. Only thing I do know is that he's an amateur wrestler,
two-time back-to-back NCAA heavyweight champion, and a gold medalist.
And a gold medalist. Yeah, that's all I really know.
And he
about
didn't
him.
have a broken freaking neck either.
He's the only one that he's the only one that I didn't know was, I mean, oh, God damn it. That's the only thing I knew about him was that he was an amateur wrestling champion and an Olympic medalist.
So I'm because Gable Steveson, that's one guy that is a huge factor because Vince McMahon could pick him. You never know. Anything can happen in the WWE, but like I said, Gable or Rhodes. I'll pick one of those two guys.
I'm just going for the guy who beats Rollins.
So, yeah, because I'll shut up Seth Rollins once and for all. And with a great storyline.
The thing is, I actually want Rollins to turn face now because there was like a teasing of a face turn after Raw went off the air one time.
Oh yeah, I read about this.
I mean that's just how I think because after all, I think they can get the crowd cheering for him again.
Yeah,
as long as he doesn't simp for the company again, while being under contract, being a world champion.
Yeah,
and dick pics. Enough of the dick pics. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm still holding him accountable to that. I haven't forgotten about
grab his dick and twist it. Big twist.
Well, Becky has twisted it, and look where it got her.
Oh boy!
All right. So, are you guys ready for night 2?
Oh crap!
Yeah.
So
does Dad walk in the room? Because that'd be funny.
I think he's putting NXT on. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start night 2, and we're gonna start off with the one thing that I think everyone's looking forward to night 2, and that's the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin for the KO show.
then da 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 da, and then everyone's having their 316 signs and the what's and the Stone Cold and the middle fingers. God, these people are, really know how to roll out the red carpet for Austin. But anyway, go on.
I mean, he's a goat.
Of course,
He's
back in his prime, yes. I mean,
you got to think he had a career before he got to WWE.
Yeah.
He had a good career before WWE. He was WCW tag champs with Flying Brian Pillman. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and I think he might have been a TV champion over there too.
I think he was
I think Stone Cold, yeah, he was a TV champion. He was also a United States champ as well.
as stunning Steve Austin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stunning Steve. Well, wasn't he Stunning Steve Williams for a little bit, and then he became Stunning Steve Austin?
Yeah, I think so. I think probably in Memphis, I believe, a little bit.
So,
When he first started out. So,
what do you think, guys? I mean, okay, so I have a feeling that Austin's coming in his black. If he's not coming in his black trunks, he's coming in his kick-ass denim shorts.
yeah.
He's coming for a. I think he's coming for a fight.
Yeah,
and I'm just.
I like to see Austin driving the ATV.
Oh, he's probably going to.
He's probably going to zoom down that ramp with that.
I was watching back on SmackDown, before WrestleMania 20, and to be honest with you, it kind of the ATV when he got it back from Brock Lesnar. I can understand why they made that a thing because they were trying to get Goldberg to re-sign, with more years, but because Lesnar was already on his way out. But with the ATV, that could be possible.
That'd be kind of interesting to see.
Actually, you know what? Speaking of which, that's actually a special, entrance that you could have for Austin if you download him, with that, with the Red Skull, shirt where, it has him, driving that, ATV in WWE 13.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a thing.
So I'm curious as to seeing what this is all going to amount to because KO has been completely trashing the state of Texas, and you know how Austin feels about Texas.
Yeah.
Just like Sandy feels about Texas.
Yeah, Sandy. From SpongeBob.
Yeah,
Sandy Cheeks.
What did you just say?
Yeah, well,
I'm
Dirty Dan.
No.
Pinhead Larry.
No. I'll be like, what did you just say? And then Texas is dumb.
So I'm looking forward to seeing this and what's going to happen with it. What about you guys?
I think we're gonna have a bonus matchup, and then Austin's gonna win. Hook, line, sinker, yada yada yada. Because it's obvious this could be Stone Cold's last hurrah, obviously, because they've been doing their damnedest to either use a boatload of cash or to convince him to have one more match just for nostalgia purposes.
Yeah. So, what about you, Eric? What do you think?
I'm thinking Kevin Owens. It won't matter if it's going to be a match or not. All I know is one thing for sure: Kevin Owens is going to be in for a straight up mollywhopping by Austin.
Yeah,
he's not going to get a mud hole stomp. He's going to get a molly stomp.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, better for him to have one more match here than in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's very true.
I'm still holding you accountable to that, Sean. You shouldn't have had that one match where you had to have the DX versus the Bros of Destruction. I mean, you should have had it when you guys, were back in the 2000s and all that.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna get into the match card, and again, this is in no way, shape, or form in order on how the matches are going to appear on the card, but we're gonna get into the first match, and it is the women's fatal 4-way tag team match for the women's tag team championships. We're gonna have Zelina Vega and Carmella defending against Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler and Natalya. If I was to pick any of these women, I would probably have to say Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, because they were a tag team that just literally got thrown together and are very over as a tag team. Like, I did not realize how over they were, and Liv is actually showing some enthusiasm with her wrestling. Like, she's actually like showing like she really gives a damn about what she's doing in the ring now, and I kind of like the bond that her and Rhea have, because it's almost kind of like a bigger sister, little sister type vibe. I know there was a picture on Twitter. Someone says, I want what I want their what they I want their vibe." And I think they were hinting at that both Rhea and Liv were gay, but Rhea's not. I forgot, she's dating some guy. I can't remember
His
who.
name
No,
is,
no, Rhea's married.
Oh, she's married.
she got
Yeah,
married or something?
Yeah,
She must have got married.
married to
Dimitri somebody.
yeah.
And then I know Liv. I don't know if she's seeing anybody or if she's married. I don't know, but I definitely know I don't think she's gay. If anything, she might be bisexual, but it doesn't matter. I mean,
I don't
she's
think
still hot.
I think she's straight, but she doesn't reveal her love life, to the public.
Yeah.
Maybe she's. I mean, last I heard, she was doing something with Bo Dallas, so it could be possible they may have hooked up.
True.
Believe. That guy was such a cheese.
So
Yeah. What a mess.
this match, I would say Rhea and Liv picking up the win in the titles, but I don't know. There's something about Natalya and Shayna Baszler. I'm getting some kind of tingles from that.
That's not all you're getting.
And Sasha Banks and Naomi have been killing it as well since they got put together as a tag team. So, I mean, there's potential. There's definite potential. So I mean, this to me, any one of those three I just named are walking out with the titles. I don't see Carmella and Queen Zelina retaining. I don't.
Me personally, I'm gonna say I'd go with Liv Morgan, because I don't think she's won a title as of yet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, a majority of these women have won titles, but she hasn't yet. So it's time for her to branch out, and after that, be a singles champion, because she deserves it. She deserved it at day one. She still deserves it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to throw on NXT in the background so I can monitor what's going on.
I thought this wasn't an NXT live reaction.
It's not. I'm just throwing it on so I could just look over at it periodically so I know what the hell's going on going into freaking Saturday. All right. So how about you, Eric? What do you think?
This is going to be a heck of a matchup. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, I have to agree with you guys. Queen Zelina and Carmella, the egos are not going to let them keep the belts for long. Carmella's doing her thing with Corey Graves, and there's a big to do about them getting married. So that's one factor why Queen Zelina and Carmella won't keep the titles. Another reason why Sasha Banks and Naomi, they teamed up before as Team Bad. They have that chemistry. They're getting regaining that back. And Natalya and Shayna Baszler. Natalya actually helped train Baszler and Rousey at one point. So there is that bond that those two ladies have, the Queen of Spades and the Queen of Hearts. I'm talking about a pair of queens. And I'm going to go with Morgan and Ripley on this one, because like you guys said, Liv Morgan has yet to hold a championship, and her and Rhea Ripley, they almost have that like Riot Squad type vibe I see out of the two of them. So, and if the Riot Squad was still together and you add a fourth member, Rhea Ripley would fit right in. So I'm definitely going with Ripley and Liv Morgan. There's no doubt about it. I don't like to see those two and like they're young and they got a bright future ahead of them. And I see Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan walk away with the titles. So that's what I'm picking.
All right. So the next match, I know this is gonna set Jordan off. I just feel it.
Oh boy.
What?
So second match of night 2 is the Anything Goes match between Sami Zayn and the jackass Johnny Knoxville. Honestly,
I'm gonna maintain my my
in this
composure.
match, I'm curious as to what's going to happen in this match. And the reason why I say that is because Johnny Knoxville has been shot out of a cannon. He's been shot at. He's been sprayed in the face with pepper spray. He's been tased. He's been bit by a baby alligator. He's been hit by a bull twice. Okay. He's had a bowling ball dropped on his nads. He broke his dick with a bicycle handlebar on a stunt gone wrong. He's been thrown out of shopping carriages. He's had his head smacked against concrete. So and I'm sure there's probably more than that. Then there's probably more to it. But I'm curious as to what I don't think Zammy's really knows what he's getting himself into on this match. I really don't, because it's not gonna be your normal anything goes kind of match. I don't really care for this match. I'll be honest. I'm not gonna even bother picking a winner. All I know is the fans are gonna be treated. The fans are the winners, because I have a feeling Johnny's gonna do some wacky shit, and I have a feeling Sammy's gonna do some crazy stuff too. So let's see what happens. What are your guys' predictions?
Sami Zayn all the way.
Eric,
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to look forward to this match to see what is actually going to happen. It doesn't matter to me who wins this one. All I know is both men are going to be so battered and bruised. It's not going to be funny. All right, and you talk about people. Johnny Knoxville went through a whole bunch of crap, including artificially inseminate a cow.
Yeah,
Sticking his hands up a cow's butt. I was like, what else this man cannot do? And if he's gonna wrestle at WrestleMania when an anything goes matchup, this guy's goes through. I cannot picture what Johnny Knoxville is willing to do to pick up a victory over Sami Zayn. I got a hunch that might be an upset in the making. I'm going with Knoxville because Knoxville's going to do whatever it takes, and he's willing to go whatever level. I mean, we saw in the Jackass series and the movies. I'm just totally freaking curious about what exactly is going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if his Jackass buddies get involved.
that would be funny if Wee Man did a frog splash off the top on this Sami Zayn.
If I were Sami Zayn, I'm calling Hornswoggle for that one. But hey, Wee Man got slammed through a table by Brock Lesnar. So
Yeah.
Wee Man may get involved in this match and do whatever it takes to help Johnny Knoxville win. It's going to be, and I just can't. I think I'm going to laugh so hard it's not going to be funny. Or go, oh crap, let's go. Oh yeah.
You notice how I am not laughing?
Well, I can't tell because you have your cam off.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you can't hear me laughing. You notice how I'm not laughing because I'm
it's
not.
Gonna be good. It's gonna be a funny match.
It's gonna be a funny match. No, we know Sami Zayn has the experience; he might win it. But I'm gonna pick Knoxville. I think Knoxville's gonna surprise.
I mean, I got no problem with anyone picking Knoxville. I just know that there. I know if Sami Zayn loses this match, it's just going to be embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's already had a
character more of being like, oh, the conspiracy.
Yeah.
So
I think there is a conspiracy now, just by looking at how he's being treated.
Well, I mean, he's not a big draw as far as in the WWE. Like, there's not a whole lot of people that really like. Yeah, he had a big following when he was in NXT, but the thing is that when he came up to the main roster, he had his chances, and they just never really did anything with him. It's not his fault, but and then again, like as much as I like Sammy too, I like Sammy, but right now he's just a joke, and everything that he's been doing is just a joke. And I mean, I'm curious. I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll win this match. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out with them. All I know is gonna.
Maybe he'll put the conspiracies to an end. I don't know. I mean, all I know is I'm looking forward to this match because I know Johnny Knoxville's going to do some stupid shit.
Yeah, I just want to see.
That's more or less the reason why I'm looking forward
I
to
just
it.
want to see. I just want to see Johnny Knoxville do what he will do in the wrestling. When you talk about the biggest jackass stunt ever on the planet, this is it. You know, you never know what he's going to come up with. So I'm kind of curious. I want to watch this match just to. I'm looking forward to this match just to see what Johnny Knoxville is going to put himself through in this matchup. Win or lose, but I'm picking Knoxville. Could be a huge upset. You never know.
The second match, the second match of the third match of the night. Sorry, third match of the night.
Yeah,
is another match that I'm most looking forward to, and it is my boy Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. Now, Austin Theory is a great wrestler. He's very talented on the mic.
That's my Austin Theory impression. Look at me! Hey.
Now, I know that he isn't as over as he should be. He should be a lot over. But one of the main reasons why I'm looking forward to this match is because it brings me back to what I said earlier in the stream. When you have special guest celebrities or athletes that come in and they put in the work, they train, they get into shape, so they're ring ready. And I was skeptical of when Pat had the match against Adam Cole at TakeOver.
Yeah.
I was very, very surprised because when I saw this match, I was thinking to myself, okay, ex-football player, it's not going to be good. Adam Cole's just going to squash him and that'd be that. But when I saw that McAfee was doing a suicide dives and jumping off the top rope and drop kicks and like really doing it like he'd been doing it for a long ass time and running and jumping from the mat up to the top rope in a single jump like a Shelton Benjamin or a Ricochet, and I'm like, holy crap, like this guy actually took the time to train. And then I didn't know this, but he actually went out and bought himself a wrestling ring and put it in his barn so he could train. He wants to become a wrestler.
Maybe he should have his, his cousins or other family members, tune in for some wrestling, if he wants to have it in a barn.
But like, that's what and it's like I'm saying, it's like, when it comes down to it, I don't mind if they want to come in. Just don't disrespect the business. You know what I mean? And McAfee is far from one of those people to disrespect, because the fact is that he even got Vince McMahon's stamp of approval, and Vince McMahon said himself that he likes Pat McAfee, both on the microphone or behind the desk. And now it's going to be awesome. He's going to get to see what McAfee could do in the ring. So in this match, as much as I like Austin Theory, I'm going to go with my boy Pat. How about you?
I got a theory that Austin will win
it. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I'm going for the full timers. I'm not going for, celebrities.
Well, technically you could say McAfee's a full timer because he's a commentator.
Yeah, right. I'm
I mean, he's
talking when it
got.
comes to being in the ring full time, not on the
Oh,
mic.
I mean, because I'm gonna say he is employed.
Employed my anus.
Eric, how about you? What's your prediction?
I'm gonna go with Austin Theory's got the experience, so I'm gonna go with Austin Theory as well. I like Pat McAfee. He's got enthusiasm for the business and for the company. So I'm thinking that it could be I think it'll be a heck of a matchup though. Pat McAfee may surprises, but I'm going with Theory.
Hey, what's up,
David
David?
3000, first time
What's
in
up?
on the chat. Yes, sir.
Finally, somebody I can, at least know that would rather see Gronk be in WrestleMania instead of these bozos that we've just talked about.
Gronk was funny. I like Gronk.
I'm not gonna lie, Gronk was funny, but at least he only had the 24/7 belt, and it wasn't really that big of a deal because 24/7 can be won by anybody nowadays.
Alrighty, so the next match of the night is going to be the triple threat tag team match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. It is RK Bro, Randy Orton, and Riddle defending against the Street Profits and the Alpha Academy. Now, this is probably going to be one of the best tag matches of the weekend, because you got three great tag teams. You have two hungry tag teams, and one tag team is looking to retain. Now, as much as I want to see Riddle get his WrestleMania moment and retain the tag team titles, I would love to see the Street Profits get it more. I'm liking this new edgier Street Profits over the last couple of weeks. I have a feeling they're going to be they're working them into being heels, or they're just being overly aggressive because they want what's theirs. They're a great tag team. I love them. Alpha Academy, they're the tag team you love to hate.
I don't
I
understand what's
prefer.
wrong. I don't understand why they have to boo their educational value, but hey, if they want their kids to be
They're very
stupid, that's
entertaining
fine.
though. That's why I like Alpha Academy. They're very entertaining.
I love them as a team because I think this is what Otis needed, because the whole heavy machinery was kind of a pain in it was kind of a stupid idea. Um I like the fact that they're taking Otis more seriously and he's not a comic
Yeah, that
talent.
whole fit.
Oh yeah, the Georgia Peach. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Tucky, Tucky. The Georgia Peach. He
I
still has
like
that a little bit because I watched a bump the other day and Alpha Academy was on it, and he kept calling Caleb Braxton the spicy pepper. My little spicy pepper. Always he's got that little bit of Otis. So
I love I so it's like I don't want to see Alpha Academy win. I just really do like them. If I had anybody to pick in this match, I would either pick the Street Profits to win or the RK Bro to retain. Those are my picks because I like those two over Alpha Academy. But I have a feeling we're going to be in for a real treat, regardless. I think it's going to be a phenomenal match.
Speaking of phenomenal, we'll get to that soon. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna go with RK Bro.
Eric,
I'm gonna go to Street Profits. I like the new edgy style, and you got the athleticism of both men. But Montez Ford, I'll tell you what, the guy is unbelievable. A lot of people like him, and in that ring, and with this new edgy style, I'm picking the Street Profits to actually win the Raw Tag Team titles again. So,
all right. So the next match is a match that was just announced last night on Monday Night Raw, and that is Bobby Lashley versus Omos. It was nice. I love that Bobby was able to get heal up and come back and 100% and just in time to have his match for WrestleMania. Um, Omos has really been a a monster since he's debuted on the Raw roster. Um, I'm liking the fact that they're giving him more time to kind of build his character because at first he didn't really have that much. He didn't have that chance. He was just more or less like the muscle behind AJ Styles. So it's nice that they're giving him a chance.
Wait. This is actually happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, that match is happening.
What? I didn't know that. I mean, well, why hasn't Bobby Lashley been given his rematch? You know, because he didn't. I mean, he didn't lose the title like to Brock because he never was eliminated. You know.
Yeah, Elimination Chamber. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but I mean, let's face it. I mean, I mean, the money maker is Roman versus Brock.
Whatever.
So that's.
So wait. So keep going with the Omos versus Bobby Lashley. I thought we were going to AJ Styles versus Edge, but okay.
So I'm interested to see how this match is going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be very Brock versus Goldberg WrestleMania 20.
Or Brock versus Goldberg WrestleMania 33.
Or that too. So I have a feeling it's going to be like kind of
sold out. You sold out. You sold out. And this match sucks. This match sucks. And guess what we'll have? Austin. Na 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 na. Hey. Goodbye, bitch.
So I have a feeling that there's not going to be a lot out of this match, but I have a feeling that it's going to be entertaining. So I don't really I want Bobby to win because I don't really like Omos. But I mean, again, it could go either way. Jordan.
Okay. Omos won last year, right?
About against at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he won the tag team titles with
AJ.
With AJ Styles last year.
Okay. I would have to say that he'll win because let's leave it like this. What if we have a undefeated streak for Omos?
That'd be interesting.
So there you go. I'd go with the guy who is who's like Kevin Nash, except he's not white, he's black, and plus he could probably put up a good fight for Bobby and probably take him down a peg.
What's up, Chase? How's you doing tonight, buddy? So what about you, Eric?
Interesting match to say at least. I'll tell you what, Bobby Lashley is going to win this because if he can body slam a 500-pound dude in Viscera, late God rest his soul, and he can go after the Big Show, Bobby slammed him as well. I would see Bobby Lashley have a Hogan Andre type moment by slamming Omos and picking up the dub. I'm going with Lashley. I'm going with the underdog on this one. Lashley may have a disadvantage, height and weight wise, but Lashley always comes up with something.
Yeah, well, Bobby Lashley ain't gonna pull anything out of his rear this time. Not like he did last year.
Alrighty, so we're gonna go into Edge versus AJ Styles.
Yes.
I'll let Jordan take the reins on this one.
Okay. So here's why I've been mostly interested in this match more than any other match on the card of both nights. Because this is a match I've been wanting to see ever since Edge came back, out of retirement. You got the contrasting styles of both men. One man was trained, in Canada, who's been in the business longer than anyone else, and he really knows his craft. And ever since he came back, he's been performing the best of his ability. Sure, people thought the last man standing match was, a flop, but I enjoyed it with him and Randy Orton. And then you have other matches he's been a part of, despite being so close to win the world title, but always coming up a little bit short. Still, at the end of the day, Edge knows how to perform a great match. It's kind of an influence that he got from Shawn Michaels back in, 05. You know what I mean? But however, with AJ Styles, he's basically the same way. AJ Styles has been around the game for almost nearly his entire life. And on top of that, who better to take him to to his limit and also to give him a match of the night quality than Edge? I mean, Edge knows how to be a great bad guy. He knows how to be a great good guy. He knows how to be anything and everything when he wants to be. And same thing with AJ. So I'm actually thrilled that AJ is going to be the babyface and Edge is going to be the dirty heel. But the question is, who would win in this match? Now, granted, we know Edge won 2 years ago and he lost last year. And also for AJ Styles, it's not vice versa. He lost 2 years ago, but he won last year. So when it comes down to the advantage of who should win this match, honestly, I would say it would really surprise me if Edge won. But if we're going to go down with age, to see who gets put over, I'd go with AJ Styles. It ain't because I love the guy, that he's my favorite wrestler. It's because I'd rather go with, the fact that it's better for business, that you put the younger guy over you. Which is something Hogan should have done if it was him versus Austin at WrestleMania 18, but, egos.
Don't get me wrong. I'll say this about Hogan at WrestleMania 18. As much as seeing him against Austin would have been great, the money-making match was Rock versus Hogan.
Yeah.
Even though Rock left not too long after, to do Scorpion King.
No, that was in 2001 when he did that. Rock left after him losing the title.
You sure it wasn't Mummy? He left to do Mummy Returns.
No, I do. Probably do the Scorpion King. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because you remember he came back and he had the tattoo on his arm, yeah. the Samoan tattoo, and then they had Hogan versus Rock 2.
Yeah, that could be. I'm thinking that he did
at No Way Out 04, I think it was.
Yeah, when did Scorpion King come out? I went to Walking Tall.
Oh, he might have went to go do Walking Tall.
Yeah, I have that movie.
Well, then again, he's always Walking Tall. What are you talking about?
I don't think the Stone Cold segment, Chase, is going to be part of the. I don't think that's going to be the main event.
It's just going to be a talk show, but Kevin Owens is going to get beat up for it.
But it hasn't been really confirmed what's going to close out night 1. There has been no confirmation on that just yet. My thoughts on this match, as much as I love both competitors equally, I was very excited to see Edge come back 2 years ago. And
I love seeing Edge, because he's from my childhood,
I was the Edge head when I was a kid. I was always behind him. I was even behind him when he was the rated R superstar and he was doing the whole live sex thing on Raw. When he beat Cena, when he won Money in the Bank and he beat Cena, I was ecstatic for that.
I'd say he's a lucky bastard that he get to have sex in the middle of the ring on a bed on live national television with Lita. Well, the thing is, nobody anticipated that ever happening. But then again, they always loved chanting like "slut, slut, slut,"
And then AJ. I mean, I've been an AJ fan since 05.
I've been an AJ fan since same time.
I mean, I didn't know that he was a part of WCW the New Blood.
I didn't know that either.
and he had a match. I forgot what the match. He had a match
It was
over
on.
there.
It was in metal against Hurricane, I think.
Yeah, and I was very surprised about that. When I found that out, and I remember the first match I saw of AJ's legit on pay per view. I was
Legit.
stumbling.
Ha.
My dad. I was sitting home because I was supposed to go do something with my dad, and my dad got sick, so he decided to stay home. So what happened was I was flicking through on demand, and I was flicking through the stations, and I saw a promo ad for Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, and they were doing a pay per view called Lockdown, where every match was in a steel cage, and
Just like my
that
block
night.
list. It's blocked down.
uh they had they had the match where he faced Abyss, and I remember seeing him do some of these things, and I was like, yo, like, this guy's pretty badass. So this was at the time where they were still on Fox Sports Network on Saturdays, not Saturdays, on Fridays. They were only aired for 1 hour. And I remember watching them, and then when they got the deal on Spike and they moved to Spike for 1 hour, I remember watching that, and then I started going back and investing money and buying the DVDs and stuff like that. And I started buying like the best ofs, and that's when I really, really fell in love with AJ as a wrestler, because his Best of X Division and Best of AJ Styles Volume 1 and 2 were great, all great matches. So to see these two guys get in the ring at this point in their career against one another, we're in for a real treat. And this match can go either way for me because I know it's going to be great. And to see Edge go to this extent for being as a heel, he's never been this sick or this sadistic in the past. And I kind of like how the fact that AJ went from being a heel, all of a sudden now he's a face. Um, so I'm really excited to see what this match is going to be for us as fans um, on Sunday night. Let's see. In the chat, I'll be very happy if I don't see Cena at WrestleMania, especially since they don't really need him for this one. We were talking about him possibly being a surprise surprise opponent for Rollins, along with Cody and Gable Stevenson. So those are the three that we think that might be part of um, Rollins' mystery opponent, or it could also be The Rock, which would be interesting as too.
Rumor has it
So
Rock could face Roman Reigns next year in Hollywood.
yeah, which I was thinking about that too. I was like, what if these two had some kind of altercation backstage at Mania this weekend? Roman and Rock. Like, Rock comes in to congratulate Roman, and Roman's like, I don't need your comes in to wish him good luck, and he's like, I don't need your good luck. I'm on God mode. Like, something you never knew about. Like, it would be like something like very heel
God.
Roman to say to his cousin, to say Rock. He'd be like, you're not providing for this family no more. Like, I'm the head of the table now, or something. Like, it would be great freaking TV to have Roman just verbally squash The Rock, and then The Rock have something to do with the outcome of the Brock Lesnar Roman match. Be kind of interesting. Mike Psychopath the Legend says, I love that Edge is still using Alter Bridge for his theme music.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wish he would still keep, Metalingus, because after
Yeah.
all, I was more used to that.
So,
I mean, you think you know me, but you never did, and you could just still play Metalingus,
So Eric,
This is probably this is going to be a highly anticipated match. There's no doubt about it.
I call it to be a match of the night.
And this is going to be one of these matches that, people, it's going to steal the show, to steal a phrase from Dolph Ziggler. I would love to see, Edge Edge has got this more like edgier attitude, no pun intended.
I,
You know,
I was thinking like that. That's funny when you think about it.
yeah, and he's just he's got that that menacing. It's almost like brooding type, but evil, like the Brood. He was a member of the Brood, and got that little it's a cross between when he was part of the Brood and when he's the rated R superstar. You see that in between, and it got to the point where it scares his wife, Beth Phoenix, and Beth Phoenix tweeted, "This is not you," and all this. So I thought I'm interested in this matchup definitely, but I see AJ Styles winning this one though. I see AJ Styles winning.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to the main event.
My ears.
The match that everybody is talking about, the match that is one for the ages, and in this match, and this is the reason, and I'm sticking by this. Roman, I have a feeling, is going to take this match because every time Brock and Roman have gotten in the ring, Brock has always gotten the upper hand. He talked about last night on Raw that a couple of years ago at WrestleMania, Brock busted Roman open up pretty bad and spilled his blood. Then he went back to he talked about the Mania that if I'm not mistaken, I think he talked about the Mania that he had against Brock where Rollins cashed in, and he says that Brock's made it personal, and that promo was probably one of the best promos I've seen Roman cut in a couple of months. So he's really jacked up for this match, and I have a feeling we're gonna see a different Roman this Sunday. I have a feeling.
We've always seen the same Roman since last year.
So I have a feeling that Roman's is gonna be more sadistic in this match because I have a feeling. I don't know.
Wait. Have they made it? Have they set like the rules to be no disqualification yet or anything?
No, I haven't. No, they
Yeah.
haven't said anything. I have a feeling though there's gonna be some referees getting hit. I'm telling you that right now. There's gonna be some referees getting hit. Killer Demon says, "Fuck Mania, Planet, fucking death."
Why is he even bother commenting on him? He doesn't want to hear about Mania. Cheapest.
That's what I was gonna say, but the thing is, I didn't want it would already be said.
What I wouldn't give to see Lesnar win this, just to see Jordan's reaction when it happens.
Oh, ha ha ha!
Well, you can see that on Sunday night over on Brandon Martin's channel for the WrestleMania live stream.
If it's gonna happen on Brandon Martin's channel, because I think it might happen on my channel, but that all depends if Brandon's not working on either night. Because if he's working on one of those nights, I'll probably have to do it for my channel, and he'll probably premiere it on his channel, just for fun.
Oh, probably. Let's see here. So acknowledge me.
No.
Acknowledge you. How about you acknowledge D's?
So I love Brock. I love Roman. I think this match is gonna be this is gonna be one of my favorites for the night. I want to say I'm gonna have a feeling it's gonna wind up being Roman because if you look at the track record, Roman versus Brock, it's always been one up on for Brock. So I have a feeling that this time it's going to be Roman's time, and I know that they said that Roman says that his time's coming to an end very soon. So I'm curious as to seeing what they're going to do if he's going to continue, who's going to be the one to dethrone him. I don't want to see it this weekend because I want to see him hit 600 days. And the fact that I believe it was I think it was last night on Raw that they said that um he is in the top. He is in an elite category of wrestlers to have the longest running title reign. They mentioned Bruno Sammartino, I think Pedro Morales, Bob Backlund. I think there was one more other person
All
that
I
they
know
had
is that,
mentioned.
well, they didn't mention CM Punk. I'll tell you that right now. But one thing I will say though, him being in this long title reign, it's impressive, and I think it was only meant for him to overcome Reigns' Universal title, and that's probably fair because when Lesnar was champion, he had the belt but never defended it as much as Roman has, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm actually thrilled that Roman's doing better work with that title. But the thing is, it already lost credibility the moment you kept giving it to part timers like Goldberg and Lesnar, and it didn't get defended more often. And it's become really stale, at this point. That's why I think if he unifies the both the WWE and Universal Championships, he could just be the undisputed champion, but continues the WWE title reign, but retires the Universal Championship because there's no need for that Universal title. I'm sorry, it's lost its credibility.
I have, yeah. I think the fact that he surpassed, like you said, he surpassed Lesnar. He even surpassed defending the title more than Lesnar. But I don't
More
think
better.
I don't think I don't think Roman's done. I think he's still got a couple more months left in him as champ. Whether it's as a dual champ or a solo champ.
It's going to be a
Uh,
solo champ if there's unification, and he's going to have to continue the WWE title reign, and not the Universal one because you have to keep the WWE title because getting rid of that would be a disaster.
well, I think they already acknowledged that. They said that they were gonna, that when he mentioned it on TV on Friday, he had mentioned that he said that he would acknowledge him as being after Mania, acknowledge him as the Universal Champion. So I think that they might be planning to keep the Universal title around as the heavyweight title. I don't know if they're gonna actually have they, but then again, who knows? I mean, it's WWE; they can do whatever they want,
They can
and
do
we
whatever
just
they
have.
want, yeah. And the thing is, they know getting rid of the WWE title would be a big mistake.
But let's see what happens. I mean, a lot can happen. All I know is that I'm don't want to see Reigns' reign end. No pun intended.
No pun intended again.
But it's. I think this match is gonna be good. There's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be physical, and I have a feeling at some point it's gonna get very violent.
The
And
question, but the thing is, will it finally be the last time we see Brock versus Roman? Because I'm getting sick and tired of this.
it probably will be.
So, who do you think's gonna win, Roman or Brock?
I want Roman. That's my prediction.
Same here. Because I said this. If Brock wins that title and unifies those titles, I'm done. I'm not reviewing the product. And if anybody like whether it's Michael or Eric or if Uriel, but then again I highly doubt it want to do reviews on there, that's fine. I know Brandon doesn't want to review it if Brock unifies the titles, and it ain't because he's always agreeing with me or kissing my butt like some other people would like to claim. The thing is, he's gotten sick and tired of this too, and I don't blame him. I mean, I've gotten sick and tired of Brock Lesnar. The thing is, the only thing that would make me happy for me to respect Brock Lesnar if he was working like he is right now within these last couple of months. For the next maybe year or two or whatever. But then again, 10 years of having to put up with this guy, like, dude, I had no problem with him being sporadically, okay? But when it came down to him winning championships, that should have never happened. I mean, he doesn't need a championship to sell out a crowd.
Yeah.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, but that's already too soon, too late because 10 years is too much for me. I mean, and you know, I can understand how Romy felt about Cena, you know, but the thing is, I had no problem with Cena because at least he was there, you know, and he was full time at the time, you know, when he was world champion. So I can't. So nobody should take that away from him. Whether you liked it, how he was in the ring or not is irrelevant. The only thing that's relevant to me is if you're there on time, you're there to, you know, to be on TV, be there for the company, and not just for a pay. You know.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm all about the passion and, you know, of wrestling as well. I'm also a traditionalist. So yeah, I'm going with Roman all the way. I just hope they don't get rid of the WWE title because I want that title to stay around maybe till the end of time.
I hear you on that. So do I. What about you, Eric?
How about this? Listen, Roman Reigns. I like both. I like Brock Lesnar's like funny, face run with all the goofiness that he does. The cowboy hat, the vehicular homicide, the mind games that he
Where's
plays.
James Storm when you need him?
Anyways, hello. Okay, toxic distraction just distracted me. Anyways,
Wait, what? Wait, what distracted you now?
toxic attraction distracted me.
Oh, so it's intoxicating.
That too.
Oh yeah.
Although I have a thing for Gigi Dolan, I think she's pretty hot. Anywho, back to Lesnar and Reigns. Thank you. And Lesnar had a good time with the fan, which is uncharacteristic of Lesnar. You know, he talks to the kids and all that, and I gotta respect that. But Roman Reigns has been on he's been on a roll. I like Roman Reigns. I like the bloodline. The t-shirts that come out with acknowledge me. Show up and win.
Acknowledge me. Show up, spear, leave, or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
show up and
head of
win.
the table.
Wreck everything or something like that.
That's what it said. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Wreck everyone and leave. I'll tell you one thing, it's like a lot of t-shirts, a lot of catchphrases, man. God mode's been the new one, and I got to go with Roman on this one. I think Roman represents the company a whole lot better. He's been a defending champion. You got Paul Heyman at your side. You got your cousins, and like Joe was talking about next year, yibbity heba. Next year.
What was that? Porky Pig?
Yeah, yibbity, that's all, folks. Anyway,
wreck everyone and leave. There you go.
There you go. That's the one. I like that.
But deep. Mushmouth says that. Hold on. Mushmouth says there's a portal behind that brick wall, Albert.
Mama Shab. And Mushmouth. I like that over the Cowboys and Kids. That was a funny cartoon right there. Yeah. So I like.
Hey.
And I like. And Roman Reigns can be funny too on the mic as a heel. I mean, he'll. I remember I don't know. This past Monday Night Raw, and everybody says, "What? If you go say what again, we'll smash all of you." And I was like, I thought it was pretty funny in that.
You know what? Okay, stop. Let me tell you this. The only thing I find funny is not when you say you're going to smash everyone. I mean, sure, you can say he ha, but here's the thing: nothing will ever surpass this. What? All right, I'll tell you what. Why don't you say what if you'd like to sleep with your sister? What?
Undertaker.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he's shaking his head, and I'm like, that right there alone owns the what chant.
Yeah, and so only Taker can do that. But Roman Reigns, okay?
American Badass Taker.
Yeah, Roman Reigns though, I believe he's going to walk out with a championship. He's going to unify the titles. And we're going to acknowledge him not only as a tribal chief, but undisputed world heavyweight champion of the WWE.
Amen. But here's the thing about Roman. For all these years before he officially turned heel, which he should have been from the start, and not Rollins, mind you.
Yeah.
When it came down to Reigns, I had no problem with him being the top guy, but the thing was the crowd reaction, and they pretty much saw through him because this was after Bryan got eliminated. Now, here's what I think should have happened back in 2015, which should have gone Roman's way. He should have been at the number 1 spot to eliminate and go through the entire Rumble, and no sleeping and no resting and all that bullshit, because you got to be like Benoit or Mysterio, go through the whole thing, and then win the thing, and maybe you might have the crowd in the palm of your hand, you might have them have the reaction you want them to have if you're the good guy, but at the same time, ever since 2020, I mean, sure, we finally got that heel turn, but when people started cheering for him after he got through with leukemia, wait, what was that? What was that he said he got? Remission. That's it, remission again. Well, here's the bottom line. They finally could acknowledge him and cheer for him as a good guy, even though he wasn't going after the world title, yet. What I don't understand is the fact that after all these years, now you're being the bad guy that everybody wanted you to be. But then again, it's not the matter. I don't think he chose that. I don't think he got a chance to choose that when he was giving that big push. Maybe he did choose that and thought he could roll with it, but at the same time, who knows? He should have done what The Rock did when he first started. But at the end of the day, all I know is that Roman, he can do it. And if he doesn't, then I'm done. And yes, everybody might see me throw a chair or throw my belt around or maybe destroy my own TV with a sledgehammer, or maybe a baseball bat. I might come up to Eric's house and wreck his stuff. I mean, you never know what could happen.
Better not do that. I got a lot of stuff.
I'll be like Scott Steiner. I'll just suplex you overhead me and then just take your stuff and just smash it.
I'm gonna find some ether or some chloroform and put you to sleep.
or maybe I'll do that the same to Joe or Brandon or maybe even Michael. I mean, I'll be like, roid raging like Steiner would if Lesnar wins that belt or both belts. Speaking of which, I saw this guy who was bald, tattoos, ugly legs, ugly face, and then guess what happens? Steroids. Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but finally, and I thought this would never happen, the Steiner brothers, both Rick and Scott, are being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2022.
You know what this means, right? If you watch Survivor Series 1993, 3/4 of that All-American team are now inducted this year.
Yes. Now all you need is two more.
Two more? What do you mean?
I don't know.
Well, wait. The All-American team. Didn't you say Undertaker and the Steiner brothers were part of that?
Yeah.
Well, what about the rest of the team?
Lex Luger is the only one. The one that back then was 4-man teams.
Well, wait. Lex Luger hasn't been in the Hall of Fame yet, right?
No, not yet.
Oh my God, dude! Let him be in the Hall of Fame. Okay, yeah. Listen. I understand everybody doesn't like him with the whole Elizabeth thing, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, that was like overdose. Okay, and we can't do anything about it. Besides, it's not always going to be one guy's fault for not putting his stuff away, okay? So, yeah. I mean, besides Lex Luger, he feels guilty as it is. So let's not keep beating around the bush. We miss Elizabeth every day. Guess what? We miss Eddie Guerrero every day. We miss Owen Hart every day. In fact, some of us even miss Chris Benoit every day. Right. But guess what? Playing the blame game ain't going to bring them back. Sometimes you just got to forgive them and move on. And plus, Lex Luger, he already feels the pain of what happened to Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah.
So let's let
his life around, so to speak. So
yeah, and plus, here's another thing. If not then, how about now? Not just with Lex Luger, but also please let Miss Elizabeth be in the Hall of Fame. But
I don't know if there's going to be. I mean, if they have a unified title, I'm sure it'll be for sale at some point.
Maybe you might finally get those Brock Lesnar side plates for that too.
I know I had mentioned earlier that in the stream that I said that I don't see them walking around with both the WWE and the Universal title because those titles are very heavy. So I'd have to probably say they're gonna probably come out with like one title, and it'll be like the undisputed title, which I would love for them to bring back the
Oh
undisputed title.
my god, dude, I would love for them to do that because the thing is that belt never got a chance to live longer than it should have. I mean, you've only had guys like Triple H, Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, The Rock, Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, Big Show, Eddie Guerrero, JBL, and John Cena hold that belt. And yes, I just named every wrestler who held that belt design. It's time for that belt to come back and have the new WWE logo on it. I've been thinking about something like that for a long time for someone to like make a customized belt that looks like that.
But I'll be at the event, so my chair will be safe from my wrath.
At least
but
somebody.
yeah.
Well, everybody else won't.
I know when I go to AEW, if they don't let me take the chair home, I'm buying one off of a shop AEW. They sell them for $200. But already have 3 pair of Lesnar side plates and ordered 3 more sets, but they won't be here shipped until April 7th. God damn, Chase. You really need 6 pairs of side plates? Yeah, hopefully the chairs are durable.
just let them bounce side to side like a retarded gorilla, and then they'll be happy. Just like Bork Laser would.
But yeah, I'm hoping. Okay, so overall, I'm expecting a really good WrestleMania for the weekend. I think I'll probably have to say that I don't know if I was to give it a 5-star, I'd probably say it'd be about a solid 3, maybe 4.
For the event?
For the whole weekend.
Okay, what about NXT? What about NXT Stand and Deliver? Should we do predictions on that too?
I don't know how we would be able to do it because we would have to do it like right after this.
Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe we could do that on my channel. Maybe sometime on Friday afternoon. What do you think?
Well,
I'm down with that.
Tonight's my only night off. I work the rest of the week after tonight.
There has to be a time when you've got.
There
has to be time when you've got time off after work.
Well, I mean, I get home at 11:30. By the time I get home, it's gonna be. By the time I get home and online, it'll be by about midnight. Yeah, I close the store at 11, and then we gotta wait for all the customers to leave, and usually that's probably about 15-20 minutes after, and then it's a 15-minute commute home, and then by the time I get changed, it's about midnight.
Well, can't win them all.
Yeah, but guys, just so you know, we will be doing NXT Stand and Deliver live reactions on Saturday afternoon.
Well, probably now. Here's what will happen: it'll either be on my channel or Brand's channel, depending if he's not working.
No, Brandon's not going to be available. He's got to coach. Something. I think he used to tell me because he asked me if I was doing it, and I said yeah. I was doing live reactions and asked him if he wanted to be a part of it, and he told me he had to do.
All right, but wait, are you gonna do live reactions for? Wait, are you doing live reactions, man?
Yeah, I'm doing live reactions for Stand and Deliver because I can't do live reactions for Mania.
If that's the case, I guess I got to do Mania Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, because he asked me last night. He said, "Hey Joe, are you doing this Takeover Stand and Deliver live reaction?" I said, "Yes, sir. You want to join? You want to join Jordan, Eric, and I?" He says, "I have to announce a doubleheader."
I think he was asking.
He
was asking you that in case if he wasn't doing the live reactions himself. I think if he's watching this, we'll just we'll have it all WrestleMania on my channel, and then we'll have both nights premiere on his channel.
Yeah, because
like the encore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I told him, I said I was told him, I said I'm going to do it because I normally do NXT live reactions on the channel. So, But yeah, so guys, it'll be myself, Eric Lima, JMan's legit.
We
So
want Zach. We want Zach. We
I'm gonna
want
try to
Zach.
see if we can get Zach here for it too for the live reactions. Um, so we're gonna do the NXT Stand and Deliver live reactions here. The pay per view start the premium event starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For me, so what we're going to do is we're gonna go live a half hour prior and just run down the match card real quick before the show starts.
That sounds
Um,
nice.
so
It'll be like the Saudi Arabia
like a
events, but
kickoff.
better. No, it'd be like the Saudi Arabia events, with the afternoon thing with NXT Stand Deliver, only better because it's not in
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia.
for sure. So guys, we've been at this for 2 hours now. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna wrap this up. I want to thank everyone who participated in the chat. I want to thank everyone who came by and liked the video. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Every little bit helps the growth of my channel. Let's plant the seed for a better tomorrow. You will find the links to the members of the panel in the description
Panel.
box. Yeah, I was gonna say
Panel.
podcast, but I said panel.
Panel podcast. Dude, you sounded southern when you said pinal.
Yeah, I know. You'll find all of the links to socials down in the description box below. You'll also find the link to Eric Lima's YouTube channel. Please go on over and leave a like, comment, and subscribe over there. Also, click that notification bell so you can be made aware when his content is uploaded to the channel. With that being said, I'm going to kick it on over to JMan to close out the video. And from myself, I want to thank you guys for being too sweet, all elite. JMan, why don't you go ahead and send us home?
Thank you, and it was great being here. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. And if you miss your chance to live chat, comment down below the replay of this live stream. And also, be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit the notification bell if you haven't done so already, so that way you'll be notified when an upload, premiere, or a live stream like this happens at all times here on Joe's channel. That goes the same for, Eric Lima, WEML TV channel 77, and yours truly, Jordan Little, J-Man's Legit. With that all being said, God bless you all. Have a great night, and we'll see you this coming Saturday and Sunday for Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania 38, Night 1 and Night 2. And with that being said, God bless you all. Have a great day, and stay healthy for your better day tomorrow. So, yeah!